And still ahead on the program, tonight's Market Monitor guest says the sell-off this week is good as long as you haven't chased the rally. He's Lancz, Director of Research at LanczGlobal.com. May has gotten off to a tough start for investors, with the markets erasing 2 months of stock gains in the past week. Tonight's Market Monitor guest, Lancz. He's Director of Research at LanczGlobal.com and editor of the Lancz newsletter, and he joins us tonight from the NASDAQ. Alan, welcome to Nightly Business Report.
Well, thank you, Tom.
So what do you make of this market mayhem we've seen on Thursday, but also just the general weak tone of the market throughout the week?
You know, actually, I think it's a positive for the long-term health of the market. I think a lot of investors, Tom, were discounting a V-shaped recovery, and expectations were getting a little too high. It worries me a little bit yesterday what happened, and there's going to be hearings Tuesday on what happened with this aberration trade and what have you, and that could distill some further problems as far as investor confidence. But hopefully that gets explained, and I think over the long term there's some good opportunities, but there's segments that are overvalued, so a pullback like this is I think a positive.
Where are you seeing some overvaluation in the market even with this pullback we've seen this week?
Yeah, a lot of the things that we were buying a year ago, 18 months ago, Tom, we are, we have been taking profits in, or at least partial profits in. So areas like the industrials, technology, which was our most overvalued sector, and even the financials, which now we're underweighted in, are basically the sectors that we think investors should be a little cautious. Expectations are very high, which we mean accordingly, risk would be high.
Let's talk about some new stock picks here where you're putting some assets to work recently, including Baxter International. As we take a look at Baxter here, it lowered the forecast back in mid-April, and the stock hitting some new 52-week lows as we go out at the end of the week here.
Exactly. I mean, those are the type of companies we'd like to buy here instead of chasing the high flyers, or at least that's what we've been doing the past few weeks. The stock is actually not only 52 weeks lows, but lows or valuations you haven't seen since 2006. And when you look at it, their cash flow, their earnings per share in 2006 were 40% less. So you're getting a good company, increasing dividend, increasing cash flow, and good expectations. They have 14 as far as third clinical trial compounds that are up for approval as far as with the FDA.
Yeah.
That could be blockbusters.
Alan, what kind of time frame do you have for Baxter, though? I mean, here at multi-year lows, you looking to hold on it for 6, 18 months or so?
At least, yeah. Okay. We're long-term investors. Anybody that buys now, I think the downside's limited to companies buying back shares with us as the stock goes down. So yeah, I would look at least 2-3 years on these.
We've got 2 more picks we want to get to in our final minute here. H&R Block, this stock has gotten hit, and the company's performance has gotten hit by fewer tax returns. More folks going electronic here. Here's an intraday, for instance, on H&R Block, and continues to slide lower.
Exactly. Especially in the beginning of the year, the early tax filers were using TurboTax and other software. What we're seeing as far as with the later, the procrastinators, which there's so many here in this country, they're going back to H&R Block, which is good. So I think they'll hold market share more than Wall Street expects, and expectations are low. A good dividend, and again, undervalued in our estimation.
Alan, final 20 seconds on Monsanto. We've seen the company having to cut the price of corn and soybean seeds here, and again, trending lower.
Yeah, 15% of their business is herbicide, Tom, and that's getting hit with their Roundup pressure. But their seeds, I think, good long-term potential. Again, at multi-year lows, 2-3 year play, good dividend increasing. So investors should buy on weakness.
Dividend and buying on weakness. Any disclosures for these stocks, Alan?
Yeah, our clients and myself and family own all these shares, and we're buying as investors panic out.
Alan Lancz along with us, Director of Research at LanczGlobal.com.